and you're ready to go hunting.
Now that we have the Spectrum XLT assembled and ready to go, let's talk about how to get it turned on and start using it. Keith?
The Spectrum XLT is very easy to use. We have 5 touch pads here on the meter face. The one on the extreme right is your on-off control. Just pressing that touch pad will give us an initial graphics screen which melds into a battery check, which will tell us how much time we have to hunt on the batteries that are in the machine as we turn it on. It will then default, without us doing a thing, to main menu. We'll have our preset programs, our basic adjustments, and our pro options available to us under main menu. In the preset programs, we're going to have several of them that are very valuable and have been developed with thousands of hours of research by experts. Jimmy, would you like to tell us a little bit about those?
Sure. We've got 5 preset programs, as you pointed out, that have already been developed by prospectors, coin hunters, beach hunters, and the like, to optimize the controls that are available in our detector here in our XLT. The first one, a coin program, is really designed to find coins, particularly with high levels of discrimination, so that we eliminate most trash items. We have a coin and jewelry program that will allow you to find coins as well as most pieces of jewelry. We have one that's optimized for beach use, to control the conditions that are on beaches. One that optimizes the finding of relics, a relic program. And then we even have a prospecting program, prospecting for gold. And that one is also optimized for it. We've got, in addition to that, programs which are custom programs. 4 custom programs which you can adapt to your own special needs and actually name them. There's a way to name that program so you don't have to memorize custom 1, custom 2, custom 3. You can actually put a name on each one right in the detector.
Right, Jimmy, and one of the reasons why you'd want to build your own custom program is if you find yourself setting up your detector the same way nearly every time you go out, well then it's more convenient to go ahead and put that program into a custom program, and then you don't have to spend the time each morning or each day when you go hunting to set your machine up. So it's much more convenient to just go ahead and store it in a custom program. We've got an addition where before we're on the older Spectrum we only had 2 custom programs. Now we have 4, so that's a great benefit to the user.
Yeah, that's right, Randy. And I might mention here that we're using those preset programs, the ones that were developed with many hours of research and field use, as a building block to create these custom programs. So we're starting with a good program, but customizing it to our own particular needs. And I think that's a real advantage.
Right.
Another question that we often hear from our customers is, can we hurt the 5 basic programs from the touchpads? And the answer to that is no. They cannot be accidentally erased from anything that you do at the touchpad. Continuing now, we want to show that the up and down arrows are used for scrolling. If we push the down arrow, it will scroll to the next available option. And we can continue to push that same down arrow and go through every option on this metal detector. Of course, the up arrow does exactly the opposite. Arriving at the option that we want to work with, we would press the Enter key. What I'm going to do now is select the first program by pushing the Enter key. And we'll go through the ground balance sequence. The screen tells you to raise the detector with the loop in the air and push Enter. It's now balancing itself to the air. Now it says to lower the loop to the ground surface and press Enter again. Once your detector is balanced to the area that you want to hunt in, you're ready to begin.
You may find it necessary to make a few basic adjustments while detecting. In order to do that, you would simply push Menu. At that time, you have a selection of changing to another program or go down to the basic adjustment or a pro adjustment. At this time, we're going to address basic adjustments. So you would push the down button, 2 basic adjustments, and then push Enter. And you'll see that your first basic adjustment is target volume. Now you also notice that over here on the side there is a graphic image of a control knob, and it's showing you that right now that's set approximately at the 12 o'clock position. Now the first adjustment being target volume, if you were having problems hearing your targets, and when we say target volume, we're talking about the sound produced when you go across a target. So if you want to turn that up or down, that's done with this control. And to do that, you simply push enter, and it's going to make noise whenever I do that. And then I push the down button to lower that. Or I push the up button to raise it. And that's how you adjust your target volume. Now, in order to make the adjustment, I had to push enter. And you'll notice when I do that, that moves a little box, which is currently around target volume. Whenever I push enter, it moves it down to where the number is. And that is telling you that when the box is around the number and you push either one of the arrow pads, you're actually going to make a change to that number. If we go on to the next basic adjustments, we simply push the down button, and you'll see that audio threshold comes up. Audio threshold is the sound that you hear when you're not detecting your target. We call it threshold. It's the basic hum that you hear coming from the detector. Some people like a threshold, other people don't. So that's totally a personal preference. You can turn it down if your ears are sensitive, or you can turn it up if you're not too sensitive. I personally like to hear a threshold. It lets me know when I'm going over targets that are being discriminated. If you hear the threshold go away momentarily, you know that you just went across something that the detector rejected. That's useful if you're hunting in an area where you knew there used to be a cabin or an old house. As soon as you start hearing that threshold going in and out, you know that you're going across nails, and you're in an area where you'd want to slow down and start doing some real serious detecting.
I might mention, interrupt you for a second, Randy, the lowering of that is really essential if you're using headphones, which we recommend, and getting that threshold down so you barely hear it, because the level that you'd use it in as handheld without headphones would be awfully loud if you put headphones on.
Right. If you're ready to go on to the next adjustment, you just push the down pad, and you'll see that tone, audio, frequency comes up. What this is the frequency that the sounds are at that comes out of the speaker. Some people like to hear a high frequency tone. Other people have better hearing in the low frequency area. So that's another personal preference. Whichever tone that you prefer, you can set the machine up. There's plenty of tones to choose from in that category. To adjust it, you would simply push enter and then push either the up or the down pad to change the tone frequency. If you are ready to go to the next basic adjustment, you just push the down pad and you'll see that audio disc comes up. That's either a on or an off selection. Audio disc is you either turn the discriminator on or you turn the discriminator off. If you turn the discriminator off, you're going to hear every target that's in the ground, every metal target that's in the ground. So in most cases, you would probably want to have the discriminator on.
I might mention here that that's what some people used to call all metal, and there's been some confusion in the past when people call and says, I can't use all metal, there's no all metal mode. You take off the audio disc, you are hearing everything, so you're in the all metal mode.
You know, in most cases you wouldn't want to do that because you have no rejection to trash at all. But if you're in a place where it's not real trashy and you absolutely want to go as deep as you possibly could, you could turn off the audio discriminator and get a better depth.
That's right.
If you push the down key once again, it goes to silent search. That's also an either on or an off option. Of course, it is on or it is off when you're in the regular preset program. And when it's off, you hear the threshold emitting from the speaker or from your headphones. You hear that threshold tone. Now, if you wanted to turn that off, you would simply push enter. Or I'm sorry, if you wanted to turn it on, you would simply push enter, and then that would turn the threshold off, and you would not hear anything except when you went across the target. There again, it's a personal preference. Some people like it, some people don't.
I hate to keep interrupting, but I'm thinking of things as you're talking here. There's one thing that Mark Rowan told me the other day. There was some question about whether silent search lost you any depth because you don't hear that threshold. I personally like threshold all the time, but evidently silent search does not lose you depth, and it's just something you get used to.
And that wasn't the case in some of the earlier detectors. When you lost your threshold, you lost depth.
That's right.
So, you know, you have an option here without compromising performance.
That's right.
If you push the down button once again, you have mixed mode, what we call mixed mode audio. What that is when you have it off, then you're in the regular discriminant mode. If you turn it on by pushing enter, then you're actually in an all-metal mode